to talk very specifically about how addiction interferes with grief. There's a lot of stuff there. I mean, number one, we know that there's a lot of unresolved grief, loss, and trauma that can frequently predate the use of alcohol. Many of our clients at the farm, as they start to get sober, they start to unfold, they write this thing called history of addiction, which basically is sort of like a life history. It focuses a lot on their use, but it frequently starts out when they were kids, and I lost this, and this happened, and this trauma happened, and this assault happened, and these are the pieces. Now, I want to be really, really clear that assault and trauma do not cause addiction. It may put it on fast forward, but addiction is a freestanding entity. And I want to be careful with that, because sometimes folks have the notion that, well, once I sort out my trauma and stuff, I'm going to be okay and I can drink and drug safely. And it doesn't work like that. So I just want to be clear about that. But some folks have plenty to grieve before they even start using. Oh, pardon me, I'm bouncing through the wrong number here. Okay, there's a lack of healthy support systems. The biggest word that describes the social system of a late-stage alcoholic or addict is isolation. Even if people are around, I am alone. I don't let anybody inside to know what's going on. And again, that's going to get in the way of me processing grief, because it's very difficult to process by myself. Of course, we can't process grief when we're drunk or high. Can't process much of anything. The losses tend to pile up already, and they've not been fully grieved. Yeah, addicts tend to minimize and normalize losses. By minimize, they will say things like, well, that sort of stuff happens to everybody. ODs now and then. I get ambulance ride. It's kind of an exciting thing, actually, you know. And I got funny stories I can tell. I can impress my other addict friends with. We tend to really minimize. Or what to me was sort of more startling was we tend to normalize behavior that is anything but normal. So, for instance, in the exploration of a female client was talking about some of her sexual encounters that she was uncomfortable with. And by the time she got done exploring this for a while, these weren't sexual encounters, these were sexual assaults. And her thought was, well, this kind of stuff just happens. No, it doesn't just happen. It shouldn't just happen. You know, you have to accept that as real fact. And how do you grieve that? How do you process that? How do you pull it out and work with it? Becomes kind of key. Eventually, we start to lose our sense of self. Like, who am I? What do I stand for? What do I belong to? These are pieces that people wrestle with quite a bit.